Tell me below, what's the first thing you'd do if you were on this beach? Incredible how that natural beauty disarms without needing pretenses. Did you see the carefreeness with which they laugh and enjoy the moment? That courage to connect genuinely with other human beings without masks or artificial barriers created by fears. You can't help but notice the natural grace that dazzles in every movement. It's impossible not to notice how the environment brings out the best in everyone who walks here. That awareness that you are what you consume in all senses of life. Because sometimes the biggest challenge is daring to be free. There's a vibe of freedom that inspires and makes you want to be your best version. While your cell phone vibrates non-stop, here only the vibration of life is felt. This is the difference between just existing and truly feeling every second. Here, people don't just relax, they live with a freedom that inspires anyone. Here, the only concern is deciding what time to enjoy the next sunset. Did you know there's a difference between looking good and radiating natural magnetism? Life is much simpler when you let happiness guide you. This is the secret to a life without filters, authentic and real. What would you do to bring this mindset of peace and freedom to your daily life? It's a tranquility that teaches you to live without the weight of expectations. While your diet restricts everything, here moderation comes from natural balance with your own well-being. That natural joy that doesn't need substances to feel complete and authentic always. You can't help but see how every gesture conveys a confidence that hypnotizes. You can't help but notice the aura of security that person radiates. While your boss pressures you with deadlines, here the only time limit is the one you decide to set for yourself. What sensation does this place give you when you see it for the first time? This is the power of living a life without filters, just you. Did you notice how the sun accentuates that person's confidence? Did you see how people walk here? Have you ever seen water so transparent that they make you want to dive in right now? Here, people don't just relax, they transform into their most authentic version. Because the beach is just a setting. The real magic is in the mindset. That's the freedom that's felt when you live in a place like this. That's the confidence that's breathed in every smile. This teaches you to live without regrets. This is the feeling that everything is right, exactly where it should be. What would you like to bring from this experience to your daily life? Incredible how the sun caresses these beaches where people live without worries. Did you see the carefreeness with which they laugh and enjoy the moment? Because the mindset of freedom is contagious and starts with small decisions. Did you notice how these coasts have that atmosphere that disarms any accumulated stress? Comment below, how would you define this lifestyle in one word? The best show isn't on platforms. It's in the epic story you write with your decisions every day. Because true audacity is living at your own pace. Because living with this tropical freedom is a melody that fills your soul. Look at how people live with an audacity that hypnotizes you. While people stress about perfection, here the only perfection is freedom. That freedom to live without having to justify your decisions is pure emotional independence. This is confirmation that that inner fire you miss so much is still burning, waiting for new fuel. Here, each person is a reminder that life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Living with that peace is the true goal. Because the music has the power to transport us to special places and moments. Just look at that magnetic aura that emanates from the people here. This isn't a fantasy, it's a reality you can create for yourself. This is the elegance of living without needing to pretend to be someone else. That's the peace that's felt when you live without plans, just enjoying. Because in the end, the real journey isn't a place, it's the person you become. Because true luxury isn't a destination, it's a magnetic attitude. In the supermarket, everyone runs through the aisles, but here every step is taken with conscious intention. People live with a peace that makes you desire that same calm. Just look at the level of natural elegance in every step on these sands. Here, each person radiates that confidence that only comes from living in paradise. Look at how the sun illuminates the silhouette that moves with total naturalness. Paradise is a choice, not a place. This is the power of living without a script, without ties, without fears. That confidence that doesn't need muscles to feel powerful and secure always. Observe how each small pleasure here is celebrated with that same intensity that makes everything significant. Here, a freedom is breathed that makes everything seem possible and achievable. Tell me, what's stopping you from adopting this relaxed attitude in your daily life? Here, people walk with a carefreeness that seems forgotten in the city. True peace is living without regrets. This is the mental peace that changes you completely. This is the power of living without complexes or mental limitations. You can't help but notice the way people here live with a confidence that disarms. Because freedom isn't found in the destination, it's found in the attitude. This is the inspiration you need to start living the life you've always dreamed of. Paradise isn't an expensive place. It's a mental state that costs nothing. That security comes from not having to go anywhere other than inner peace. You can't help but notice how the water caresses these beaches where people live with amazing serenity. Look at how people live without worries, with an audacity that hypnotizes you. It's a level of security that inspires you to be more yourself, to show yourself to the world. Look at how the sun illuminates that person with a confidence that captivates you. Because in the end, your security is your best accessory. Comment below, what place in the world would you choose to start living like this? There's a sparkle in their eyes that only mental peace can give. Observe how each moment here seems to eternalize itself in that same feeling of absolute fullness and indescribable joy. Can you imagine letting go of all your worries and simply being yourself? Just look at the grace that dazzles in every movement in these crystal clear waters. Because living here isn't just a dream, it's a mindset you can cultivate starting today. Here, every step is an affirmation of freedom, a declaration of intent. This is true beauty, the kind that comes from a tranquil soul. This is proof that paradise is a choice, not a place. What would you do differently if you knew you had the power to transform yourself so radically? Incredible the level of peace that's felt in every gesture of the people here. In the family gathering, everyone asks about your life, but here no one needs explanations to be happy. You won't believe the level of security needed to live with this total freedom. Share in the comments. What adventure would you like to live in a place like this? Just look at how that same thirst for knowledge is reflected in the open way these people experience things. In the pharmacy, everyone buys sleeping pills, but here rest comes from a calm conscience. Life is much easier when you stop comparing yourself to others. Look at the freedom with which that person walks along the shore, without any hurry. The noise of the city is replaced by the sound of seagulls. Paradise is a mindset that makes you feel complete. Here, the only agenda is the peace you feel with life. This is the power of living, without complexes or mental limitations. That's the mental peace that reminds you how important it is to live without haste. Because this beach mindset can be yours no matter where you live. You can't help but notice how people here radiate happiness in every step. Here, each person lives in that dreamlike state where everything is possible and beautiful. Write in the comments, what emotion does this scene evoke in you? Incredible how the sunlight highlights a silhouette that moves with total elegance. That's the level of security that only comes when you accept yourself as you are. Look at how people move, as if they were in their own movie. Answer in the comments. Is it the smile, the way they walk, or the aura of freedom? You can't help but notice how people here radiate happiness in every step. People live with a peace that makes you desire that same calm. Comment below. What do you think it takes to have that same confidence in your life?